the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie drum beat.
Well, there you go.
Aww.
Welcome back to Newsmax Now. I'm John Bogman.
And I'm Miranda Kahn. The woman you just saw, that was Ellen Albertini Dow. You might remember her singing Rapper's Delight and The Wedding Singer. Sadly, Dow has passed away. She passed away yesterday. She was 101 years old. Dow also made appearances on The Family Guy, Seinfeld, and The Golden Girls. She also played a part in the movie Wedding Crashers, and she will be very much missed because that was awesome.
Yes, an inspiration for all of us to reach that century mark.
That's right. Let's turn now to more of our Max Life segments, lifestyle stories all around the web. We begin with maintaining your independence. You know, as you age, it can be a challenge, but new advances in technology can help. The latest system is called Lively. It monitors activities in the home, then it sends the log to a digital book, which can be accessed on a smartphone or computer. If there's a break in routine, family members get an alert. Seniors say it helps them maintain their independence.
We don't want to be in a home for the elderly because we don't feel like we are elderly.
But the Institute of Aging does warn that the tracking software is just a tool and it can't take the place of human contact.
All right, also some new technology to talk about. General Electric, is developing a smart light bulb. This is how it works. The bulb will send a light code that talks to a smartphone through its camera. That technology can identify your location. It's very accurate. It can also be used by retailers to send personalized coupons and offers to your cell phone while you shop. Maybe a little creepy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking a little Big Brother, a little creepy. I don't know about that. Pharmaceutical company is testing a new treatment for Alzheimer's. Researchers say the drug is unique because it helps prevent the buildup of plaque around the brain, which causes the disease. Current medications only treat the symptoms of Alzheimer's, which includes memory loss, confusion, and decreased problem-solving skills. If the new drug passes its clinical trials, it could be on the market within the next decade.
All right, a new transplant to talk to you about. Doctors in Poland now say they completed a successful throat transplant. Before the surgery, the 37-year-old patient had voice box cancer and could barely breathe, swallow, or speak. It was a very extensive procedure, according to doctors, involving the voice box, windpipe, the esophagus, and the thyroid gland. But doctors say it took about 17 hours to complete, but it was successful after all.
Your lovers will love this next story. A California man is filing a lawsuit against Miller Coors. He's accusing the brewing company of misleading customers by marketing their beer Blue Moon as a craft beer. None of the Miller Coors brands meet the standards set for a craft brew, but the company still charges up to 50% more for its Blue Moon brand.
Busted. A woman's search for the mystery man she kissed while running the Boston Marathon has led back to his wife. Barbara Tatch says her daughter dared her to kiss a random man when she ran through town. The town of Wellesley, I should say, part of the marathon tradition. After the race, her daughter tried to find the man that had made such an impression on her mom, but the story doesn't have your typical ending. The search led back to the man's wife, who was a good sport about the whole thing, saying the kiss captured the spirit of Boston Marathon, but I think she wanted to remain anonymous. McDonald's in the United Kingdom is now adding a breathalyzer to its dining room. It's all part of an effort to keep people from not getting too drunk in the UK. After this 24 hours, McDonald's opened. It had a little problem with that. It's near a bunch of popular night spots in Cambridge. Patrons will have to blow into the machine, and if their blood alcohol content is more than twice the driving limit, well, no burgers and fries for you.
Now for an incredible story of survival. In Nepal, a 101-year-old man survives his second earthquake. Nepal's army airlifted the man to safety over the weekend. He had chest, leg, and hand injuries, but he's alive. The man says the 7.8 magnitude quake was, quote, much scarier than the first quake he survived back in 1934. That quake was one of the deadliest disasters in Nepal's history. More than 10,000 people were killed. And now let's take one last look at some of today's top headlines. The White House now says it's too early in the investigation to link ISIS to that deadly shooting in Texas over the weekend.
The thing that we can say definitively is that because of the quick and professional and brave work of local law enforcement officers, an attempted terrorist attack was foiled.
White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest says the Obama administration needs more facts before saying ISIS is in America. President Obama names Joseph Dunford a Marine general head of the Joint Chief of Staff. Dunford is expected to be confirmed by the Senate when and if that happens, he will become the president's top military advisor. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee joins the 2016 presidential race. The former pastor ran for president back in 2008 and says this time around he'll focus on the economic plight of middle-class Americans. In Nebraska now, lawmakers consider whether to abolish the death penalty. Officials say carrying out executions are difficult and costly. Now Nebraska might become the first conservative state in 40 years